this edition of Study Tips, we're talking about creating a good study environment. Aaron Chubb joins us from the Student Success Center. So let's talk about a good study place to really hone down and work on those classes.
Well, I mean, I think it varies a little bit depending on what the task is and the individual. But in general, you want to find a place that's going to be free of distractions, that's going to have a nice big table, plenty of light, and fairly comfortable seating. Not extremely comfortable where you're apt to fall asleep, but comfortable enough that you're able to sit there for a while. So I mean, the study rooms, so a study room like this is fairly good. They can be found in Markin Hall or in the University Library. The ones in Markin can be booked through the registrar's office. So I mean, these are good because there's not a lot of distractions here. If you've shut your phone off, there's nothing really in the room besides a table and your materials to study. So in general, that's a good idea. But I mean, it certainly depends on the situation. I mean, for instance, myself, I do my studying in the evening. I'm taking a class, and I have, dependents, look after children, dog, so I have to study at home. So I like to go to the kitchen table. Again, lots of light, a nice big table I can spread out the materials on, and that's where I do my studying. Ideally, I would rather go to the library, but it doesn't work for me. And so it's figuring out what works for you.
And so, yeah, for me as well, I also study at home just because that's what works best for me. What about distractions, though, at home? That's something I always worried about is like, a pile of dishes in the sink. How do you separate your home and workspace, per se?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely set a time to do cleaning, set a time to do homework. If you go to do homework, it's easy to procrastinate to clean and just find everything that needs to be cleaned in the house and start doing that instead. But if you've set the time to do your homework, trying to stick to that, having a set plan of what you're going to do during that time so that you're not just kind of flailing around wondering what you're going to be doing. Again, limiting distractions in your house. If there's a TV on, that's going to be competing for your working memory.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for those tips. They're great.
You're very welcome.
Stay tuned for more on Go right after this.